What's up, guys? Welcome to this week's video, the AM Experience. It's episode 3. Before we get started with anything that I'm going over, I wanted to come out here. Yes, it is starting to get windy. It is starting to get stormy. You gotta love this September weather. It's almost saying like, hey, I'm winter or fall. I'm coming in. I'm going to rain on you. You know what? I like the rain. At the same time, it is cold and wet. But I also wanted to come out here for another reason. This is Foster Lake. It's great. It's beautiful. It is a tremendously good view. During times when it's not stormy or rainy, it's a great place to even come out for a walk or a hike and check it out. Now, with this being said, I actually want to touch a quick thing about family, because I love my family and I want them to be safe, especially my brother, as he's about to go across country. Okay, well, not all the way across country. He's travel halfway across country in this stormy weather. Okay, if that has anything to say about it, I need my brother to be safe as he drives across country with this change. It's 2 days before he leaves. Now, I know the next couple days might be actually sunny from what the weather's saying, but as of right now, if it stays like this, I've driven that road. I've gone cross country. I've been to my parents' house that he's moving to, my dad's house in Colorado, at least his old place. I know he moved recently. The journey, I mean, I even had snow flurries that had shown up as I was driving cross country, heading across Idaho and make my way through Utah and into Colorado. And it's a drive. So if you're watching this, brother, be safe. Don't do anything I wouldn't do, which, you know, that might be saying too much, I guess. I don't know. I mean, sometimes I do a lot. But with that being said, I hope you guys enjoy this video. Now, I'm going to head home and we're going to talk about a couple other things that's going on. Okay, so let's walk our way back to the car. Alright, guys, so here's the second part of today's episode. We're going to talk about time-lapse and time-lapse video with the help of the DJI Osmo Mobile 2. Great little tool. It's not very expensive. I mean, it's $120, so not a bad deal. At least at the time I bought, it was $120. So definitely something worth putting your money into if you want to get some good quality videos. Now, if you guys watched all the way up to this point here, then you've obviously gone through my intro where I shot a bunch of different time-lapse videos with this camera. All those were shot with my smartphone. I don't actually have a DSLR camera or anything like that to really do time lapses that way. So today we're going to talk about how easy it is to use this tool, and that's why, as you see, I'm shooting here, recording myself on the interface, not actually using the system yet to actually record. So that's why we got the bars, we got sectionized and everything here. So let me give you just a quick rundown on this menu real quick. Home key to come back to the home screen, camera to kind of change resolution, video settings, white balance, grid, turn it on and off. So I'm going to go ahead and turn that off right now. Hey, look at that, looks much better. We also then have different audio connections, screen lock, pitch mode, stuff you can do with the controller. And then we have over here camera and or video, depending on which one you want to use. Record button, take a picture button, whatever you want to call it. And then of course you have then video libraries, which will show you all the different videos that you've taken, which you can look back through and look at. So super simple, super easy. Now this is on the front facing camera. There's a couple differences that you get feature wise between the front facing and the rear facing camera. Not too much though, but we'll go ahead and show you that. Ultimately, the main things I'm just going to show you on this video today is time lapse and how to do a time lapse. Okay, so luckily enough, I don't have to worry about switching camera size because the time lapse is the same on both the front and rear facing camera. So I go over here to normal. Okay, and then I got 3 different options: time lapse, hyperlapse, and motion time lapse. All of these options will give me what I want to do. Now, 2 differences between hyperlapse and time lapse. Time lapse is for something that you're taking a lot of like still pictures for, getting that movement in, like outside, cloud movement, photography-esque shots, where you want to see the interval of time get moved from then to now kind of situation. So that's a time lapse. Usually you're going to run that for anywhere from 10, 15, 20, 30 minutes or longer, depending on what you want to take. But you can't even do it in like 2 or 3 minutes actually. Some of those time lapses I did early on the intro here was actually only 2 minutes long, and it turned out really well. So I'll explain how that works. DJI made it really easy to use. Hyperlapse, just FYI, is for like more higher speed movement. Let's say your barber's cutting your hair and you want to get that kind of like sped up motion of him walking around you multiple times to cut your hair. You can kind of do something like that with hyperlapse, which then makes it more clear, more clean, and gets a constant motion rather than just like a photo every 5-10 seconds kind of situation. So let's take a look. So standard time lapse on the DJI, you just come literally right here. Gives you an option to choose your different intervals. So, and what that means is it's going to take a picture every 2 seconds, all the way down to 5 seconds. I can get all the way up to 60 seconds. Now that's for very long-term photo shots, and if I were to do that for 30 minutes, I wouldn't even have a second of time. If I were to do it for 300 minutes, which seems to be the max time, I would get 10 seconds of time lapse. So, I mean, 60, that's 5 hours. It's not terrible. I mean, 5 hours video, 10 seconds. It'd be actually kind of an alright time lapse depending on what you're trying to get. Again, I've only shot different variables up to about 30 minutes in good conditions. So the other way then to do time lapse is motion time lapse. Now this gets that movement in, so you don't have to come in later on and try to add a movement effect to make it more cinematic. You can kind of already get that. Now what I mean by that is I can come like right here, press the plus sign, and then I'll come over here and add that, and then I can come back to like say here and here, and you know what, it will blend those all in. You just press next, choose what you want to capture, how long the interval is going to be, and then hit start. Now some people like to have the screen on or off, which is, it's actually a new feature that was added here. Gives you the option to keep the screen on or off depending on what you're doing. I personally would rather set the screen go off. It doesn't go off completely, it just goes really dark. So if you're in a higher light situation, you're not going to be able to see your screen very well. But if you come over, you can see the red light on the Osmo flashing, saying it's still going. And if you kind of cover, like if you've got sun, just cover it up a little bit to kind of see the screen. There's usually always a timer. Well, there is always a timer at the bottom of the screen that's kind of just counting down. One's how long it's been going for, and the other one's how long it has left. So it gives you both options to really figure it out. But that's how easy it is. The two videos I'm going to show you real quickly. One was shot for 10 minutes here at the lake, and the other one was shot for 30 minutes here just outside of town, catching the sunset, catching the storm during the day. Both of these are just time lapses I shot here on the phone. I hope you guys invest possibly something like this. Again, this is not like sponsored or anything like that. I'm just giving a breakdown on how easy and simple it is to use. It's even the same thing on the rear camera. If I were to switch it here, it's literally all the same settings on what you want to do. And that is what hyperlapse is. Not hyperlapse, time-lapse is, and hyperlapse. We're talking about both here. So, if you have any questions or comments, leave them in this section below. If you have any other concerns, let me know. And if you have questions about how to get something or how to do something, I'm still learning in this game just as much as everybody else is, but I feel confident in at least showing you guys what I do know. So, until next week, guys. Hope you guys enjoyed the episode. Have a good one.